When you've got a rivalry game, you can approach it two ways. You can either downplay it, try to treat it as much like any other game as possible, stick to your routines and all that, or you can play it up. Why do you think the latter approach works for you guys, of not downplaying it, of playing it up, actually?
Yeah, just goes back to January. All the workouts, all the runs continues through summer and into the season. So I mean, it's never not in our minds, and I think that gives us the edge.
You guys have struggled to put it all together in one day, one game. What would that look like? And you think you can do it on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, I have the utmost confidence in this team to play really well and play at their best. I think sometimes success doesn't show right away, and like in some of our practices, like we've been practicing really well. We've had really good days, and sometimes that just kind of lags behind what is shown on the field at times. And so yeah, I have confidence we'll play.
Did you leave the field Saturday scratching your head? What's the sense you had? I know you were glad y'all won, but past that 51 yards and 51 points and stuff like that, what was the? I guess your thoughts, Tuf, as you left that field on what just happened and what needed to be fixed.
Yeah, Maryland's a little bit of a unique offense.
Yeah.
They did some different things, but it's not really what we're worried about at this point. It's behind us. We can't control it anymore, and we're looking forward to Saturday.
But as you look forward to Saturday, what do you see in Michigan that just jumps out at you from an offensive standpoint? They seem to have a better playmaker quarterback than they've had the last couple of years. And then from there, what just jumps out at you?
Yeah, Patterson, obviously a great player, can make plays. Big physical offensive line with some talented running backs and receivers.
And plus, they got a 6'8" tight end and things. They like to use multiple tight ends a lot. And how does that kind of a change in your mind, a team you're facing like that can throw a couple of tight ends out there that they can do multiple things with?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's different than what we've seen at times this year. We really haven't seen a whole lot of 12, 13 personnel teams. So I mean that brings some unique challenges, but we're up for it.
How much is running the ball part of Patterson's game from what you've seen on film, whether it's scrambling or keeping it every now and then?
Yeah, he just has a knack for making plays. I think, when the play's not exactly how it's supposed to be or something's not right, he just, figures it out and just kind of improvises and makes plays.
Tuf, what is the mindset of this team right now? I mean, you're 10-1. If you win this weekend, you're going back to Indianapolis for the second year in a row, and then you still have a chance at a national title on the line. But yet, maybe limping in here a little bit after that Maryland game. Just what is the mindset? Is it excitement? Is it confidence? Is it, how are you balancing those two dynamics there?
Yeah, if you would have told me like at the beginning of the year that you could sign up to be 10-1 at the end of the year with a chance to go to Indianapolis, playing a team up north, coming back in the final week of the year, I'd sign up for it. So I think that's kind of the way we're looking at it. We're excited. We're excited for the challenge.
Do you feel like this kind of game is what could maybe bring you guys? I mean, this is usually the game where Ohio State establishes what kind of team they're going to be going into championship season. Just do you feel like this could be the game where you guys put it together, offense, defense, special teams, all in one package, 9 units strong kind of thing?
Yeah, of course. I think you have that kind of belief every week. We have, so much confidence in what we can do, as a team, and so we'll just see.
Tuf, we know Dante Booker's had some injuries in his career, but he's been giving you guys some series the last couple games. What have you seen in the room for what this season has been like for Dante as a senior?
Yeah, he brings leadership. He brings so much to the table that it's not really seen, and just thankful to be around a selfless guy like Dante.
Do you think? I mean, so he's a senior in that room, and there are younger guys who are playing more than him. Could that like make a senior mad, or what is it if a senior says, well, I'll play when I get to and help the guys as much as I can? What's that like, you think, for a senior in that role?
I couldn't really tell you. Dante has been awesome this year. Just been completely selfless in the situation he's been, and it's been great.
How do you feel about their running back guaranteeing you a win?
Not really worried about it.
Tough. I don't think you see too many guys like Ben Mason. They're 250-pound fullback. What does he give to their offense, and what do you think about sort of a traditional fullback middle linebacker matchup you might have this week?
I kind of like the sound of it, but obviously he's a talented player. He just, like we were talking about the tight ends earlier, he just brings some different things, some unique challenges that we don't normally see, and
You don't weigh 250.
No, I don't.
But what is it like when you have to tackle a big guy? Because you've done that before in the past. I mean, what's sort of the mindset there?
I don't think there is a different
Really?
mindset. No.
Hey, when you look at Higdon on video, what just jumps out at him about the way he runs the ball and stuff? They're kind of leaning on him now because they've had some injuries with the other guys there. But what just jumps out at you from his game?
Yeah, he's a very, very talented player. Really explosive player. I think he has, over 1,000 yards rushing or whatever. But it'll be a good challenge for us. He's a good player.
In a game like this, do you expect banter on the field? When a guy's he's sort of guaranteed. I mean, he kind of got led into it a little bit. But when he makes comments like that, do you expect a lot of banter as the game starts between the defense and him?
I can't really tell you. We're not really concerned about it. We're going to control what we can control, in these four walls, and see what it brings on Saturday.
Does this defense need to play their best game of the year to win on Saturday?
I think we need to play our best every week to,
Have you played your best every week to win?
I don't think we've played up to our expectations or that we've set forth at the beginning of the year. I think there's still room for improvement, and hopefully we can get there this weekend.
If you could give all your buddies one word to keep in mind going into Saturday about that, when you're talking about word improvement and stuff, what would that be? I mean, what would you tell them from a standpoint of getting the focus right or making sure everybody tackles right, whatever you want, you know what I mean? And what would you tell them?
Yeah, I don't know if it's, one particular thing. I just think we just need to keep pushing. It's been a long season. So a lot of good, some bad. So it's just keep pushing.
Tough, being a kid from Illinois, what's your recollection of growing up as far as this rivalry is concerned?
Yeah, I definitely watched, but not being from Ohio, it's definitely something that you have to, learn, be educated about. So, yeah, it's been learned a lot.
How long did it take you to get educated as to what this rivalry
Oh,
means?
here? It's not long at all.
'Cause I hear that's part of the recruitment process.
Yeah, starting in your first winter here, it's, beat the team up north. We do, drills, kind of surrounded like that theme. So, you get brought up to speed pretty quickly.
Do you see a difference in the way that the guys here from Ohio prepare for this week maybe differently than any other week? Do you feel like maybe they're given that extra oomph this week, growing up and knowing what this rivalry means?
The thing about this team is they're going to give you everything that they have every single week of the year. It doesn't matter if they're from Ohio. It doesn't matter if they're from California, Texas, whatever the case is they're going to give it everything that they have, that's what we're going to do this week.
Tough, you're a captain, right? Those receivers, those three receivers you got, senior receivers and stuff, what have they brought to the table this year from your vantage point of, not just playing, but the leadership? They've also blossomed on the field, the last couple of years. But what have they brought just leadership-wise from your vantage point? How much will they be missed a year from now, you think?
Those guys are unbelievable. Terry, Paris, Johnny, you can't really put into words how much they mean to this team. But it just the start of it is their play on the field. They bring so much, off the field, and we're lucky to be around those guys.
How important is it for you to be a leader this week? I know you say you guys give it your best every week, but do you guys maybe try to find an extra gear this week, preparing for it, knowing what this rivalry means, what's on the line, a trip to Indianapolis, playoff implications, all that stuff? Do you feel like you're trying to find maybe that extra gear this week?
I think if you need an extra gear this week, there's a problem. But you're going to get our best this week. The rivalry itself, it just should fuel you.
Hey, Tough, how much had you seen of Michigan before this week? Either crossover film or just film you watched on your own, or even bye week, just checking out their games. Like, how aware of them were you before this week?
You see some crossover film. You see them, while you're preparing for other teams. Personally, I haven't really looked forward because I've been, focusing on other things. But
I didn't know how hard it was to multitask for an Ohio State linebacker, never having been one. So.
No. 1 week at a time.